Welcome to the channel. If you enjoy tech insights and helpful tips, please subscribe. Let's begin.
The question of whether you can play PS2 games on a PS3 isn't a simple yes or no. It largely depends on which specific model of PlayStation 3 you own. When the PS3 first launched, Sony included full backward compatibility for PlayStation 2 games in its initial models. These early fat PS3 consoles, specifically the 20GB, 60GB, and 80GB launch versions, model numbers CECHAxx, CECHBxx, and CECHCxx in some regions, contained actual PS2 hardware chips, the Emotion Engine CPU and Graphics Synthesizer GPU, allowing them to natively run physical PS2 game discs without any issues. This meant you could pop in your old PS2 favorites and enjoy them directly on your new PS3, often with some minor upscaling benefits. Identifying these fully backward compatible models is relatively straightforward. They typically have 4 USB ports on the front, whereas later models only feature 2. There were also some hybrid models like the CECHX 80GB model that used a combination of hardware and software emulation for PS2 games, offering good but not perfect compatibility. However, as Sony moved to reduce manufacturing costs and streamline production, they began to remove the dedicated PS2 hardware from subsequent PS3 revisions. By the time the PS3 Slim and later the PS3 Super Slim models were introduced, the ability to play physical PS2 discs was completely gone. These consoles lacked the necessary internal components, meaning if you insert a PS2 disc into one of these machines, it simply won't read it. So, if you have a newer PS3 model, your physical PS2 game collection unfortunately won't work. But don't despair entirely. Sony did offer a partial solution for all PS3 models through the PlayStation Store. They released a selection of PS2 classics, digital versions of popular PS2 games that could be purchased and downloaded directly to your PS3. While this allowed owners of non-backward compatible PS3s to still enjoy some PS2 titles, it was a curated list. Not every PS2 game was available, and it didn't allow you to play your existing physical disc collection. Therefore, to definitively answer the question, yes, some early PS3 models can play PS2 games thanks to dedicated hardware, but the vast majority of PS3s sold later, including all Slim and Super Slim versions, cannot play physical PS2 discs, relying instead on a limited selection of digital PS2 classics. Always check your PS3's model number and the number of USB ports if you're unsure about its backward compatibility. Thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe for more gaming tech insights.